modern world, great leaders resolve their conflicts with words. Step launcher. Carbon bombing. Tomahawk missiles.
Hello and welcome to this Let's Play of Command & Conquer Generals. So this is a series I wanted to do for a long time, and with the recent announcement that, at least as of this video, that EA will be remastering the original Command & Conquer Tiberian Dawn as well as Red Alert 1, I figured now was a good time as any to jump in. However, I decided to start with Generals because after playing Delta Force 1 I was kind of sick of bugs happening with older games, so here we are. Now, Command & Conquer Generals was originally released in 2003, and EA tried to make a sequel for it, but that was eventually canceled in 2013, because first they were going to use the Frostbite engine, which sounded great, and then they decided to make it free to play and pay to win, and then when people said, no, we don't like this, change it back to what it was, they just outright canceled it. Because, you know, they probably would have had a harder time monetizing it with microtransactions. In any case, this is the second Command & Conquer game that uses 3D technology. The first was Command & Conquer Renegade, and this game actually uses the same engine as Command & Conquer Renegade. Although this does have a claim to fame as the first RTS in the Command & Conquer universe that uses 3D technology. And this game was actually made by EA Pacific, which had some Westwood staff, but not too terribly many. Now, Westwood was the developer that originally made Command & Conquer back in 1995. They also made other titles such as Dune, I believe, amongst others. And they were eventually bought out by EA and absorbed into EALA, I believe. And as it stands, EA Pacific was also absorbed into EALA by the end of 2003. So basically after they released this game. And today, EALA is known as DICE LA. So with that, I do want to make one minor change here. I just want to crank up the voice and sound effects a little bit, because it was a little quiet, I thought, earlier. And this game has 3 different campaigns, one for each faction as well as the training campaign. There's also a skirmish mode, which, well, that's curious. So, this battle honors thing, there's supposed to be medals here, so there would be like 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. I think there's like a total of 10. And basically, you get medals for completing certain actions, like completing a campaign will get you a medal. The rank of the medal increases depending on the difficulty of the campaign that you beat it on. There's a medal for beating, you know, all the maps with the maximum difficulty enemies. There's a map just for like a medal for a win streak and stuff. Normally I think they're grayed out, but maybe that's 0 Hour. After 0 Hour came out, I've never really played Generals that much because 0 Hour is better in just about every way. In any case, instead of jumping straight into the Chinese campaign, we are going to take a short moment to briefly do the training mission, which, let's do it on Brutal, why not?
General, the world's largest and most organized terrorist group, known as the Global Liberation Army, has taken control of a chemical weapons plant in the Mazar DMZ. A small Ranger strike team has been sent to destroy the factory. You have been chosen for the command.
Alpha here. ETA 30 seconds. Always Beta on the ground. Targets in sight.
Alright, so first we gotta liberate. Alright, tutorial. Yes, I know how to play the
Take a new
game.
position.
Just playing this for a little bit of story. Now, for the actual campaign, I'll be playing in, whatchamacallit, what the game
Enemy
calls...
identified. Taking fire. Request reinforcement.
Unit lost.
On the way, Beta.
I'll be playing what I think is the normal difficulty,
Rally point
but the
confirmed.
game calls
Search and
it
destroy. Special
R
forces here.
difficulty.
Ready
And the
for
reason for
action.
that is, as much as I'd love to
appointment.
play against an unlocked AI,
Search
they
and
unfortunately
destroy.
link the AI to difficulty levels.
Got room for 5.
And also,
Special
unfortunately,
forces here. How about
at the higher difficulty levels above normal, they are the AI basically gets to cheat. You know, they can build units faster. They can build units more cheaply, and you know, just general cheating. So I'd rather avoid that. So for
Beta
Looks
team,
like a
keep
good
moving.
run.
We need to liberate the rest of our
So
base.
for the rest of the campaigns, I'll be doing it on normal difficulty, just so you know, I may not be facing the best AI, but at least the AI isn't cheating.
Chew on these.
Shooting my base. Alright, so this is just explaining what all the different buildings do. Let's get a cold fusion upgrade. Let's get some, oh, it's not letting us build supply helicopters. I normally like 2. I think that's generally the most efficient. Alright, we've liberated the dozer. Let's start getting some SAT scans. So the USA, their big thing is they get, their big thing is they're high tech. So everything is going to be very expensive, but pound for pound, dollar for dollar, it's going to fight better than any of the other units, or any of the other factions units, with a few exceptions, but not many.
Breaking loose.
China in particular has a tank that can outmatch
Let's go
the USA 1 for 1, but it's
like a good
a
run.
brute force solution. Now,
Whoa.
and this is a very stereotypical game too. You can tell this was definitely made in the very beginning of the Iraq War era.
Good job. The base
What's
is
the mission,
liberated.
sir?
Now let's build a strong battle force. When your forces are ready, General, proceed to this GLA mountain
What's the
hideout
mission,
and
sir?
destroy their secret biolab.
What's the mission, sir?
You know, the USA units are all super patriotic and gung ho.
Wanna make some
The GLA units are they're basically ISIS incarnate. This game predicted ISIS. Let's
What's the mission,
not,
sir?
you know, mince about that.
What's the mission, sir?
General's promotion. Ah, we can get that. So let's get a couple
What's
of
the mission,
those.
sir? Always
So,
prepared.
you know,
Rally point
USA
confirmed.
super patriotic and gung
What's
ho.
the mission, sir?
Chinese are super nationalist, xenophobic.
On the go. What's the mission, sir?
Whereas, you know, the Middle East are,
Heading out.
no,
Preserving
they're Islamic
What's the
terrorists.
mission, point confirmed.
Which is
Ready
funny
for
because
action.
originally they were meant to basically
Army to
be
lead.
like a
What's
kind
the
of
mission,
a
sir?
workers' revolution, a bunch of disaffected people trying to overthrow
What's the
the
mission, sir?
elites.
Always prepared. Paladin taking the What's the mission,
But
sir?
that didn't really make it to this first cut of the game. I think Command and Conquer Generals 2 was going to showcase that a bit
Rally
better.
point confirmed.
But as I mentioned before, that got canceled in 2012, I think. Okay.
Got room for 5. Rip it up.
These guys are plinking away at my command center, so let's show them what we think about that.
Chew on these. Come on.
As you can see, our one Humvee easily took out their entire strike force.
Protecting our people.
And these are, and the Humvee is, you know, your basic scouted transport unit with a light machine gun attack. You carry 5 units inside, can fire within. Then you got your Crusader tank, which is your basic medium armored unit. You know, moderately expensive, but pretty versatile. And you can build it in numbers. And then we have the Paladin tanks, which require this general skill to unlock. I really do like this general system. Basically, when you participate in combat, this bar fills up Once it fills up, you can unlock a skill. You get a point to spend on skills. They're obviously divided between 3 ranks. So you get 1 point per level, I believe, and then 3 points at level 5. So that makes a total of, I think, 7 points. So that you can spread around here. And you got to get to level 3 before you get the 3-star skills, 5 before you get the 5-star skills. And the Paladin tank is basically a beefed up Crusader tank that has a laser APS, or active protection system, that will destroy incoming rockets. I believe, yep, in generals it also kills infantry. That was later nerfed in 0 hour, I believe, so that way it wouldn't be effective against infantry, and they also slowed down the fire rate of the laser, which is a little disappointing, but...
What's the mission, sir?
So I just want... What I'm doing now is I'm basically just getting some... Let's rescue these pilots. So the USA is also special in that their vehicles, when they gain veterancy, if they get destroyed, a pilot comes out of the vehicle.
You got the map.
And what you can do is you can basically put these pilots back into another vehicle.
You want some of this?
And that way you can kind of preserve that veterancy.
Let's go for
Alright.
it.
So we're going to put our guys
Find me a vehicle.
in tanks.
Where do you need me? Pilot of the USA. Orders, General? Now we're talking.
And also the USA can get build drones for their vehicle. Each vehicle can get either a battle drone or a scout drone. The scout drone just increases the sight range of the vehicle, I believe, whereas the battle drone provides a light machine gun attack as well as an auto repair capability. So I always prefer to use the battle drone. Certainly some vehicles like, you know, the Tomahawk missile launcher could probably benefit more from the scout drone.
Need a point, man.
Garrisoning buildings is... Oh, we can't garrison these buildings. Really? That's
On the
sad.
go. Rally point.
Well, in that case, we have nothing more to do but press the attack. We can't garrison buildings. So first off, and I will say battle drones also make good cannon fodder too, especially when you're going up against these stinger sites, because they have a tendency to focus on the battle drones first, which is nice.
You want some of this? I'll be here.
Alright, let's get him out of there.
Two is down. Airstrike in 10 seconds.
Almost saved him, but you can see the laser. So there are some physics-based actions here which are really cool. I think they're about to show them off now. Yep. Oh, we did save him. Excellent. So, as you can see, tall buildings like minarets you can knock down, and any units they land on will be instantly crushed and destroyed. Bridges, unfortunately, unlike the earlier Command & Conquer titles, are not destructible. So now what we can do is we can use our satellite feed. We got some oil derricks here. It looks like we could capture those for some money. Do they give us access for anything else? Not yet. They obviously don't want you doing too much in this tutorial.
This should be fun.
And you can see there's civilians here.
Enemy is occupying the city. Paratroopers drop zone designated Alpha
Roger that.
05.
Paratroopers on the way.
Okay, I think this is where that's where they're saying
Oh yeah.
Unit lost.
You want some of this?
civilian buildings can be occupied for defensive advantage. And here you can see it, a live action version of that paratrooper strike, or that helicopter strike rather, my bad. So we'll just move up here, engage technicals.
Break it loose.
Unit lost.
Looks like
Alright, let's take out that Singer site. As you can see, they're prioritizing these battle drones,
Technicals on the move.
which is really nice.
Got room for 5.
My controls are a little janked up here,
Chew on me.
and this game doesn't care if you run over civilians. I'll roleplay a bit, whereas as the USA I'll try to,
Fire well.
not kill civilians, but
I'll be here.
So let's pop out some troopers, and unlike the earlier Command & Conquer titles, your mainline infantry are the ones that capture buildings. There's the GLA worker unit,
Got room for 5.
they get a foot worker, whereas us in China get the construction dozers.
We have ready for action. Building
So
capture
the oil derricks give you just a constant supply of income.
How about a lift?
Now what we're gonna do over here is I want to give our Humvees a little bit extra firepower. So we're gonna pop all these guys out. And the Rangers I'm gonna send in there. And we're gonna pop out
How about a
a
lift?
Ranger
Humvee here.
from each
How about a
Humvee.
lift? Got room for 5. Humvee here. Special forces
Send
here.
all the Rangers in there.
Fire at anything.
And then we can put a rocket trooper
You bet. Yeah.
in each
I'll fire at anything. You
Humvee.
bet.
Now, as a nice touch, you'll notice that the wounded infantry units move slower. I believe this also holds true to vehicles to some extent.
Let me launch one.
There we go. We're almost done with our swap, just waiting for Mr. Wounded here.
How about a lift?
There we
Looks
go.
like a good run.
So now we can move through the village and
Oh yeah.
take out these tanks.
Let's go for it.
Get back in your homes, people.
Oh yeah.
No, maybe destroy the market a little bit. You see, these are civilian vehicles. Now, in the game, typically what the GLA will do is they love to hijack those, and then
Whoa.
with terrorists, and then they try to basically turn them into vehicle-borne IEDs, as they're called, and they send them into your troops and blow them up, and it's really annoying. Your troops normally won't auto-engage until they get to a very close range, which I think reflects their difficulty in IDing them until, you know, it's so close.
Let's go for it.
So,
Closing on the enemy base. All units prepare for contact.
don't want to send in the Humvees first. I want to send in the Paladins first, because they have the
Enemies
lasers that will protect everyone else.
It's the right thing to do.
So let's get them
Protecting our people.
sent up.
Confirmed. Enemies of the
Unit
free
lost.
Got room for
Okay, now everyone else can fall in.
world. Ready.
We'll rebuild that drone.
Enemy armor sighted. Air cab on the way. All units stand
All right.
by. Enemy perimeter breach. Airborne, begin your attack run.
So the game helps us here by putting all those overpowered explosive barrels next to everyone, and we could see that the getting missile troopers in was a pretty good thing to do, as they help us deal with the tanks faster, and it turns the Humvee into a fairly potent anti-armor vehicle, especially with its tow upgrade. So now we are free to destroy the remains of the GLA base.
Rip it up. You want some of this?
All units, destroy the biolab.
And now these guys are just falling to our combined arms tactics. We have helicopters coming in. We'll wanna pull everyone back now.
Unit lost.
Yep, and that's exactly why. Because when these biolab stuff go, they typically spread chemicals over a wide area.
General, our strike was successful. You are ready for a full battlefield command.
And they just drop more soldiers into the Anthrax. I don't know why. Someone needs to fire that, Commander. So yeah, we did the mission with minimum casualties, 81 to 3. Looks like the GLA only made 1 unit. And we can end the campaign. Now, let's see if this gives us a battle honor. Nope, I guess you don't get one for the tutorial. I thought 0 maybe gave you one, but I could also be mistaken. In any case, that's the tutorial mission for Command & Conquer Generals. Actually like it. It's not too hand-holdy, at least compared to like some of the ones in, you know, Red Alert 2.
Enemy in perimeter.
You know, it's basically a mission with a lot of scripting, which I think is nice. Since you can still get a little bit of that classic RTS action in there with the base assault at the end and whatnot. But in any case, that's Command & Conquer Generals. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're looking forward to more. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.